You've been through what? Obama, Trump,
We launched,
Biden.
I mean, we had the
Trump.
first Visa franchise client like 20 days before Trump's first inauguration, very early in 2016. So, we grew Visa franchise in the first Trump administration. So we know how he was and we know how Biden was. And you just have to look at the history as a way to predict what the future might be like. An O1 Visa denial rate barely moved. E2 Visa denial rate barely moved. These non-immigrant categories that 90% plus of our clients apply for have among the highest approval rates of any Visa category of people moving to the United States. So we're talking about a 90% approval rate that's been more or less equal over the last 10 years. So with Trump, went down 3%, and sometimes it actually went up, and there were years that it was better than Biden for those categories. So, if you're coming here, you're an entrepreneur, maybe you're a first-time entrepreneur, or you're already an established entrepreneur, you have a business in Canada, Pakistan, wherever, and you're looking to grow and create U.S. jobs, doors open. We've had a flawless record besides one blip on the radar, a denial in London for the E2 visa that I'm sure we'll overcome. Besides that, smooth sailing for E2 visa approvals.
Yeah. Hey, you want to come to the US, get to E2 visa, L1, or straight out a green card? We've been doing this for the past 10 years, and we wrote a book. It's called Own Your American Dream. What is special about this book is that we went back and have spoken to 21 successful applicants who opened up their businesses here and who are continuing to live the American dream. Hear it from them, because they talk about their fears, their mental state, what went wrong, what went right. The entire blueprint is there. You could just buy the book right here. You can just read it and make up your mind. Continue your video. Let's play the devil's advocate here. Why would you feel concerned if you were somebody who is thinking about getting an E2 visa at the moment? What would scare you?
I would be concerned about the policy changing, I guess, on how they adjudicate E2 visas, or just the delays and processing times.
Yeah, but overall, would you be... I guess I'm trying to understand the logic behind it. I do understand that, okay, you might come from a certain background and you might feel like that background as a whole is not welcomed in the country. That's regardless of the visa status or the visa that you're coming in here. But essentially, when you look at the situation as a whole, you're bringing a business here. You're investing money. You're creating jobs. What does Trump want? Trump says, okay, America first. I'm going to bring back jobs here.
His policy was buy America, hire America.
Okay. Buy American, hire America.
For the first term.
I'm coming from country XYZ. Bring my 200, 300K, 100K. I'm giving you what you want. You said America first. You want me to create jobs. I'm coming there to create jobs. I'm coming there to pay your taxes. I'm bringing in a substantial amount of investment to your country. And if I am doing this, I am probably somebody who's been, who's enjoyed a relative success in his life. I'm not just a guy, on the street. So why would you be against me anyway? It just doesn't make sense to me.
And he's not. I don't know any president that's been in the United States.
Yeah.
Against foreign investors, international investors.
Okay, so you've been through 4 presidents and doing this over a decade with Visa franchise, and even you got the prior experience to it, the EB5 and
Definitely.
funds and
working at JP Morgan before that.
So people who are watching us right now, maybe somebody who's on the fence and he's thinking about coming to the US, he's been planning and planning and planning. Maybe he was about to commit to the journey. All of a sudden, he's hearing these U.S. citizens being deported or people's student visas are revoked and all of that. What would be your advice?
You don't need to make a decision today, but let's get started and we'll make it easy in terms of getting the information and giving you access to the different franchise opportunities or really understanding what investments are going to be eligible to qualify for the E2 visa. So I would say we'll go at your pace. There's no reason to not do anything because it does take some time. It could take 3 months, could take 8 months, depending on your process. But I would say, no one can predict the future. We don't know if this is the best year to start the business or next year or 2027. But there are great opportunities today in the United States. And you don't want to lose out on an opportunity. So when there's turmoil, when there's fear, when the stock market goes a little lower, these are when there's opportunities. And I know of at least one investor, entrepreneur from the Middle East, importing products from China, and he is getting more business because a lot of the small operators, the buyers are afraid they might not survive, they might have issues. So yeah, he's dealing with a lot of crap, but his business will leave this crisis, this trade war, with being more powerful and, might double in size. So there's always opportunities. And with a franchise brand, consumers, trust it. You're coming into a franchise brand, whether you're coming from abroad or you're American opening up the franchise, the American consumer sees it and trusts that brand already. And you're kind of walking into a proven business that has built trust with the U.S. consumers for some time.
No, I definitely agree. But from a very humble perspective, I get to really think in a certain way. If what you're investing is about $100,000, like barely six figures, and you have your effort, your blood, sweat, and tears, and guts and brains to invest, and you're starting a small business, I understand, the economy being up and down might affect you, but like 90% of the success factor is how much effort you put in and how creative you get and your level of integrity and skills and how much you want it. US is a $36 trillion economy, $30 trillion economy. Yeah, it could be a little up, a little down.
Success isn't built in months or even, a year or two. Success is built over 5-10 years.
Yeah.
So whether you start today or start next year, looking back 10 years from now, it's not going to really make a difference.